Let's talk less and fix more roofs. On the last video, we spoke about drip edge, which is the second part on your roof deck. And now, today, we're going to talk about the icy water shield, where it goes, what it does, and how to install. So we're going to talk about icy water shield, and there's different local codes, so you got to make sure, check where you're at. There's some sections where they don't require icy water shield. There's some sections where they require icy water shield up on the rakes, on the hips. Is it necessary? We don't install it and I haven't had no problems. So I'm talking about my experience, and I'm going to be talking about New Jersey area. So we're in the northeast area where we do get snow, we do get ice damming. We get ice damming, that's where the icy water comes in. Do I think it's a great product? Yes. Do I think you got to go extra and put it all on the perimeter of the roof, on the ridge, like some manufacturer recommended? No. Definitely along the gutter lane, that's what we're going to be doing today, and on the valleys, on the wall, around any penetration, that's where we install. We figure that out. That's more likely where you have a leak. So that's what we're going to do today. There's different manufacturers, different types of icy water shield. So right here we got the CertainTeed Winter Guard. We're working with CertainTeed shingles. That's why we got to use all their products. And right here, this is another product. This is called Titanium 30. If you can get close, this one has a little like granules on it. This one is smooth. Where do we use this type of icy water shield? This is for metal roof, and this is for shingle roof. They do the same job, but they're different products. So what is the job of an icy water shield? It's self-seal. Once you put a nail through, it creates a gasket or a seal around it that in case of ice damming, what it means is there's like a wall of ice over here, water is melting here, it's coming, can go nowhere, and then it will back up underneath the shingles, and the icy water shield, like the name says it will prevent it from going into your attic. A rule of thumb for the icy water shield, if you come on this other side, so this is called the overhang. This is the outside wall. The icy water shield has to be 18 inches minimum from the outside wall up. What does that mean? So the overhang we got over here now is 12 inches. All right. So the rule of thumb, your icy water shield from this line has to be 18 inches past this line. The icy water shield roll is 36 inches. So when I measure 36 inches, I got 20.5 inches past the outside wall. Otherwise, I would have to put more icy water shield, another half a roll or a full roll, in order to get the 18 inches past the this outside wall. Sometimes this is only 12 inches. There could be 16, 24, and I see even 4-foot overhangs. So what does that mean? There has to be multiple rows icy water shield installed until we pass this outside line 18 inches into your living space, which is right here. The first step, there's a couple ways to install a icy water shield. You can use cap nails. This is cap nail. Or we use staples. Why do we use staples? We use staple gun because we uncover the roof and we cover it the same day. If it was going to be exposed, we got to use cap nails. That's why we don't use cap nails to install the icy water shield. And it goes along the gutter lane and up on the valleys. That's what we're going to be doing right now. And we're going to install with the cap nails. So let me start here. So we have installed the icy water shield. You guys just saw that on the video. What we did was we peeled this plastic off. this is asphalt, and then this asphalt glue, it gets activated with the heat. You guys will see it in a minute. One thing I would like to show you here, there's this section on top, 4 inches of icy mortar shield. That's where you're supposed to overlap the next row if it's needed, or where we overlap the synthetic underlayment. That's what this line does. So what we do, we line it up with the edge of drip edge. So now it's square, so all those lines, they'll be nice and straight. You guys can see right here on the valley too, we overlap the icy mortar shield. So we got to think like the way the water flow, right? So this one went underneath this one, and now this one went underneath this other one. So water will flow on top and away from your house. That's the whole purpose of the icy mortar shield. In the northeast area, we do get ice damming from time to time. That is why we install icy mortar shield on those areas that snow might accumulate, or there's a lot of water flow, like the valley. All the water is coming to the valley and then shooting down away from your house. So there's going to be a lot of water in this area. Same thing along the gutter lane. All the water from the top of the ridge is coming down to the gutter lane. And that's why those height-prone leak areas, we install the icy mortar shield. The icy mortar shield gets activated with heat, the glue. Bring it in! So we took a piece of icy mortar shield, put it on the outside. We're in the shop right now. It's probably 60 degrees, and that's why this glue is not activated yet. But we're waiting for the guy to bring us, so you guys can see the icy mortar shield. When it gets warm, the glue activates. So this was sitting on the sun for like 5 minutes. This is not. You can see there's same product. It's just, see the difference? So what does that mean? When I put a nail through, it's going to self-seal this nail. That's why it's called icy mortar shield. So when I'm installing the shingles, I'm going to put hundreds of nails on this area. And if we get ice damming, this will prevent from the water from coming in. We put it around the gutter, valleys, around any penetration, meaning a pipe, chimney, skylight, attic fan, any penetration. And like you can see how, and it's probably what, like 70 degrees, 75 degrees. And this start getting tacky. So that's the job of the icy mortar shield. If you like this type of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, so you guys can see the next step, which will be the intake of ventilation. There's 2 steps for ventilation, intake and exhaust. We will explain the intake on our next video.